What is going on, my peeps? Your man Versatile is back with another video, back here to talk about the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 Plus. Yes, I would have most definitely dropped, my typical 3 days later, 7 days later, first impressions, review like videos, but I just haven't had time because of, work and using the tablet. Really, I wanted to give it a little bit more time as well to see what are the fundamental differences between this and the Galaxy Tab S6, its predecessor. But before we get into the video and my thoughts, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys ignite the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, so that way you never miss my videos and we can sit back, chillax, and see what's cracking. Now, let's get into the video. And what am I talking about first? Let's get into the size and the heft of this tablet. 12.4 inches in terms of the screen size, which is almost a 2-inch boost diagonally anyway, between the Tab S6 and the Tab S7 Plus. Yes, there's two sizes for the Tab S7. I elected for the plus size model because I wanted the bigger and larger screen real estate, both for media consumption and for that more laptop feel. And we'll get to that a little bit later. In terms of heft, when I initially did my unboxing, I really didn't think it was that much heavier than the Tab S6, but it is heavier than the Tab S6, both with the case on and off. You get more, it's a little bit more heavy. Now, seeing as you're gonna have it docked somewhere, most likely, if not on a table or in your lap, you're probably not gonna be holding it too often like this. The screen's a little dirty, I haven't got a chance to clean it. So from that perspective, you may not worry too much about the heft. And man, this screen is a lot more dirty than I thought it was. But just be careful if you decide to get the bigger model. There is additional weight, and it's semi-substantial. Like, you will notice it. Now, for me, does it bother me? It does not bother me about the weight, because again, I don't hold it often. Every now and then I do like this, or I'll kick the kickstand out on the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus's keyboard case cover that Samsung provides, and I'll hold it like this, and I'll adjust my hands from time to time, but it's honestly not that big of a deal. The second thing I would like to talk about in terms of this tablet is battery life. It lasts a lot longer than I thought it would, especially seeing as it has 120 Hz refresh rate running consistently throughout the usage. I took one day, I think it was last Monday as a matter of fact, so a week ago as a recording of this video, and I sat down and edited like 5 straight videos in PowerDirector Pro within Samsung DeX. Now, of course, PowerDirector Pro can be used either on tablet mode or DeX mode, but I just was using DeX mode at the time. We'll get to that later as well. And I edited about 5 videos with this tablet. And I still had just enough battery to upload a video before having to put this on the charger. And I also did Lightroom editing before I actually did the video edits. So you're talking about like 12, 13 straight hours of doing work on this tablet, and it survived. Samsung has improved their battery life when it comes to their tablets and their devices overall, because even 120 Hz on the S20, and now with the adaptive refresh rate, I believe with the S21, battery life still gets you through 18, 19 hours out of the day with no issues, at least something that I've noticed with my device and my usage. That's a good thing. So shout out to Samsung for that. I really like that about this tablet as well. The third thing I'd like to consider talking about is the overall usage in terms of its flexibility. So as I mentioned earlier, I talked about Samsung DeX. The reason why I was using Samsung DeX is because I wanted to see if I could actually truly stay using Samsung DeX with the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus this time, instead of reverting back to tablet mode or switching back and forth. The reason why I wanted to do that is because with the screen real estate, it feels bigger, it feels more like a laptop, and with the keyboard case cover, as I said, I would get back to that too, you get a more true laptop experience with the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus. And with the keyboard case being magnetic, gone are the days of the problems of worrying and stressing whether or not your keyboard cover would fall off. It doesn't. It's very strong, no worries there. The keyboard itself is amazing, but I'm gonna save more of my thoughts about the keyboard case in another video. But in terms of its overall use for the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 Plus, it works wonders. I'm gonna leave it there for now. We will get back to that in another video. The fifth thing that I would like to discuss in terms of the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus is the fingerprint sensor. It is much more faster and much more reliable. I have yet to fail with my fingerprint sensor, and I will show you right now. Double tapping, boom, and in, just like that. As you guys can see, it didn't take me much long at facial recognition. Also, super fast, and I tweaked the settings, which you can on your own individual device as well, to allow me to get in a lot faster. So in terms of security, or biometric security rather, very, very good. In terms of software, amazing. Like you just see Samsung's efforts in refining their experience, their One UI software for their devices, and that stays concurrent with their phone devices as well. Samsung One UI 3.1 for the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus has been amazing. The amount of windows you can open in DeX mode, how fluid everything feels, the ability to still get good battery life despite having a ton of windows open, and power hungry apps like in a video editor, and it be able to handle that while being able to still switch through other apps. And for me, I actually lock that within RAM so I can always get the power director. It's been great. I like what they've done with the S Pen, which we'll get into next. I really like what Samsung is doing here. But again, it's still a tablet. A tablet where, whether it's iOS or Android, the tablet space is hurting from a software perspective, and maybe that would be another video for another time. But for what I use it for, or what I have to use it for, it gets me by with no problems. The Snapdragon 865 Plus, I have yet to see hiccup on here. That's also something that's been very notable, especially with Qualcomm and their more recent processors, is there's been less and less hiccupy problems. And maybe that's also because Samsung is unburdening the software by eliminating certain features, or they've just refined their software to be lighter overall despite having a lot of features. I haven't noticed any hiccups in tablet mode or in DeX mode with the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 Plus. Now, as I said, I wanted to get into the S Pen. I like the refinement in its shape and size. I like its more cylindrical look. It fits well. I just know sometimes it rotates in the hand while writing, so it's hard to always remember where the button is. But the button's very tactile. You know it's there. You get access to different features when using the S Pen, which is also great in terms of double tapping the screen while holding the button, or single tapping the screen to bring up like the off-screen memos to write quick notes down. I like that about the S Pen. One of the things I also like is Samsung now allows you to see the battery life of the S Pen, and the battery life actually lasts a lot longer with the S Pen. Yes, if you go into the S Pen settings, you will be greeted with the S Pen battery percentage life right there, and this pen will make it throughout the day without any issues. So Samsung, thank you for putting, if not a bigger, clearly a bigger battery in here, but a more sufficient battery for the S Pen and what you can use it for. The latency, I actually notice it now. I was just playing around in Samsung Notes, just kind of doing some doodling and writing just to try to get used to writing on screen, because we don't really write anymore with technology. Plus, if you're not in school, you don't do a lot of writing anyway. You know, that was a big thing when you're in school. You're doing a lot of writing, tests, papers, all that type of stuff. With technology, your hands forget what writing is. So I was just doodling, and you notice the latency. It almost bothers you for a second because of how responsive the S Pen is to the motion in which you type, and how fast the screen recognizes the input from the S Pen. That's something that I really, really appreciate that Samsung has done with the S Pen, is that, along with its overall usability with the tablet. It does not get in the way. As a matter of fact, it complements the tablet. And I'm glad that Samsung packages it in with the tablet for an overall great experience. How else have they you know, utilized the software and hardware that is built into and for the S Pen is even when you have the keyboard docked, or when you don't have it docked, you can use the write to text feature built within Android 11/One UI 3.1, where you can write in search fields. The on-screen keyboard, when that pops up, you can actually select an option to use write to text. You can write your text out and write with spaces and all that type of stuff, and it will recognize and type out or convert from your writing text that you can read and or see, and then make fine adjustments from there. That's one of the things I also like. I've used that quite a bit. I like using that. It's pretty neat in terms of Samsung's intuitiveness when it comes to just even the subtle, smallest ways of using the S Pen. There is one problem that I have found or kind of seen in the tablet. And what I mean by is clicking the screen off and then clicking it back on, but it's the custom light dark mode settings for the device. Yes, with my phone, it will automatically switch between day and light and dark because of the time that I have it scheduled to do so. But with the tablet, oftentimes it seems like it struggles to switch back and forth unless then I click up, turn the power off, and then I turn it back on. So that's one of the things that I have noticed with the tablet. So that's one of the things I hope that can be shored up with just like a simple software update, whether it's a security patch, or hopefully we don't have to wait till, what would it be, One UI 3.5/4.0. Hopefully we don't have to wait that long for the subtlest of a fix. But that's one of the things I have noticed in regards to an issue in terms of software. That's the one thing. Outside of that, I haven't seen any other issues. I do have a video coming up that probably, if not hasn't dropped already, will have dropped soon, and it's about the Logitech MX Master 3 mouse and a specific feature that you need to have turned off within your keyboard settings, so that way your tablet will recognize both the keyboard case covers keyboard and the mouse. I tried to reach out to Samsung. They wanted me to almost jump through hoops to talk to somebody else about the problem as well. That's something I didn't kind of like, because it's like, if I kind of found what the issue is and I let you know, you guys should be able to escalate this to get it fixed. So that's one of the things I kind of didn't like when I reached out to them, but at least I was able to find a workaround. I pretty much say that, and maybe a slightly more detail in my Logitech MX Master 3 keyboard video about that. So be on the watch for that video if I haven't posted it yet already, or if it is already out. If you want more details, check that video out there. One of the things I have not had an issue with is Good Lock. Overall, Good Lock has been a dream to use on the tablet. I can still make use of some of the modules overall within Dex, and then of course in tablet mode I get the rest of the usage. Don't have any issues with Good Lock. Thank you for that, because back in the past, as you guys know, I've ran into a couple issues where it was a bug between one feature and a built-in settings feature within the phone that butted heads and caused issues. I'm glad I was able to not find any of that with the tablet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the last thing that I want to talk about in terms of this tablet, outside of being able to rest the S Pen right there, by the way, the magnetic is good. And I also realized in order to actually put it on the back of the tablet, the pen tip needs to be facing the power button. And when you do that, it actually closes flush, and that is actually the appropriate way to dock the S Pen to the back of the tablet. But the last thing that I actually wanted to talk about in terms of the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus is Hotspot. I don't think it's my hotspot, because I was in a good area in terms of service. I was at the dealership waiting on my car to get serviced, ran hotspot off my S21 to the tablet with Wi-Fi 6 with, you know, the WPK, 3, which you can change in the hotspot settings. And I think there was one more where maybe I was trying to protect my data, and the tablet just would not play nice with all those features. So I kept having to try to change one or the other. I never tried to change the Wi-Fi 6 though. I always tried to keep that on because it is a Wi-Fi 6 tablet. My Galaxy S21 is Wi-Fi 6. So there shouldn't have been an issue with Wi-Fi 6 Wi-Fi for the hotspot to be projected to the tablet. So that's one of the things that I don't know if that was the actual issue and I was just stubborn and didn't want to toggle that off. the WPK, you know, security 3 or whatever, that wasn't an issue because it was happening with 2 also. So I knew that wasn't the issue. And then but I did realize when I turned off the protecting the data, that's where I saw a little bit more throughput and largely didn't have too many more issues with the hotspot. This tablet literally just came out last year. It's Wi-Fi 6. It's you guys' most recent tablet, so it shouldn't have an issue with your own hotspot settings that you have built within your devices. So hopefully that can get fixed or shored up later as well. I'm happy to have a Wi-Fi version tablet. And I'm happy with this tablet overall. As you guys know and see, I'm happy. And if you guys didn't know or haven't been keeping up, and this is what I mean by this keyboard case being strong. If I can just take it off for a second. I got that navy blue, baby. That navy blue is very, very clean. As you guys see, still looks relatively perfect. Well, it is outside of some fingerprint smears and whatnot. I love this thing. This thing is very good. Samsung did their thing with this tablet. It's worth the money. Samsung is running good trade-in deals for it. You can get this as low as like $500 with a Samsung Galaxy Tab S4 or Tab S6 trade-in. You can get this thing for as little as $500 to $550 after taxes. And if you get the keyboard, you're looking at like $600 to $650. So if you guys haven't already, and then if you guys don't want to go that route, Amazon runs deals where it's like $200 off or something like that for the tablet. Links will be down in the description box below. But let me know what you guys think. If you guys have been using the Tab S7 Plus or you guys looking at getting it, the comment section is open for discussion. But if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys ignite the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that way you never miss my videos. Then we can sit back, chillax, and see what's cracking. It's your man Versal signing out, and until the next video, wait for